Hello, we're live. Sorry I'm a little late to start the stream. Let me get some music playing too. There we go. Let me also start TF2. Hopefully I don't crash. That's what happened earlier when I tried starting TF2. My computer crashed. Looks like we're in the clear, maybe? Yeah, I was about to start my stream probably 10 minutes ago, so still a little late. And then I launched TF2 and my whole computer just froze. So that was a little inconvenient. Alright. We'll open up Sublime. Fantastic. Okay. So one of the things I want to check. Let me get YouTube chat. Test. Cool. But yeah, I would like to do a couple of things. So I've still been playing with this. I think I'm gonna keep testing this for a while. I have some ideas on how to improve this. I would like to put the start search thing up on the top of this. You can't even see what I'm talking about. I have some ideas on how to improve this. I'd like to put the start search button here, so instead of having to move my mouse, I can just double click. Then can click off like that. Although that's tricky because with man vs. machine, I don't know. Do I want to move the select mission? Because the select mission is grayed out, so you'd have to come down here, click, go back up here. And like, is that an improvement? I don't know. And if it's inconsistent, I think that's worse than requiring this to move a little bit. Although maybe not, I don't know. And then if you want to queue for, I guess, competitive, then you could also just double click if for some reason you prioritized the speed at which you got into a competitive game. Even though it would take you like 2 hours to do that anyway. But, as far as what we're going to do today, why is my title not showing up? Why is that doing that? The fuck? Oh shit. Why is this not working? Sorry. I always have issues. Alright, let's just reset this transform and get this fixed up. I don't like how that border is. Alright, that looks pretty good. I like that. It's fine. Let's see. Alright. Very cool. Now. Alright, so... There's a couple things that I wanted to do. One of the things... Well, I'm not going to do this today. I'm not going to mess with this today, because I'm still playing with it, but I do enjoy the functionality of it. I think being able to double-click would be preferable, but it's okay. Another thing is I am considering adding more customization options. I probably will add more customization options. The reason we have it set to, we have the code view, I guess we can call it, is that I kind of want to mess around with customization log basing. So one of the complicated things about this is that log base, you can't have quotation marks. So that would make things more challenging. You could just call for an animation that has quotation marks that exists somewhere else in the file, which might be something that we can do. And I guess one of the ways I could do this is I could log base to this file. So I could log base to CFG underscore HUD animations, blah, 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 blah. I think that could work. And then I could generate HUD animations as long as they don't involve quotation marks. So this, for example, would work. this would not work because there's quotation marks, and if you echo a quotation mark, you get nothing. Yeah. If you can see that. But another thing I'd like to do is go to MVM Victory. Hopefully this doesn't crash my game. This should show the end screen. Like, okay. I don't know. I don't think that's what it was supposed to show. Is there a different one? No. Well, that's a bummer. I guess let's start trying to figure out how we're going to do the animation customizations. So one of the main things that I want to do is, with animations, I can detect the difference between man versus machine and non-man versus machine game modes. Detecting between tournament matches and casual matches might be a little more difficult, but I think it could be doable. But I think the main benefit would be man versus machine versus non-MVM, which luckily is very simple because there's a man versus machine specific event. Yeah. This one just so happens to run when you press F4 in man versus machine. So one of the reasons that I think this would be nice is that in man versus machine, the health over people's heads is the only way you can see giants' health, and I think that would be very helpful. But a lot of people don't like that outside of man versus machine, so having it as an option would be lovely. Ah. The game crashed. Lovely. I think it's like the spectator floating health ID or something. You probably didn't hear that. It's like spectator floating health ID or whatever. So this is how it looks. You would not be able to see a giant's health with this, for whatever reason. Whereas if I do this, you would be able to see a giant's health with this. I, however, don't like the look of this, and it's not preferable for me. I just find it very hard to glean information off of this. So I would like that to be an option that's automatically disabled when you're not in man versus machine. So, map item test. There are, one of the ways we're going to detect whether someone connects to a server is that there's a specific animation. I think it's the close animation that triggers twice in a row.
Gentlemen.
Maybe? Oh. I gotta like reverse engineer PeachesTV real quick. TF2 PeachesTV. Yeah, so I think it's when it closes twice. So one of the ways I can detect that what am I gonna call this? Game mode. Game type. Customization. Section. X game type. Let's just okay. All right. And then So what this does, this is when you're in an MVM game, this event will trigger. And this will, as a child of the main menu screen, it will run this event, which I should rename. Game type MVM. And so as a part of this, since we run it as an event of the main menu is capable of firing commands, so that's why we have to jump through that hoop to run this animation via the main menu. And then we can do just fire command 0.0 engine, which basically just tells it like run this command through the console, or as if it were run through the console rather. X underscore game type MVM. And then that'll just echo this. Now if I exec X HUD and then underscore reload scheme. Alright, and now map MVM. Damn, I crashed again. Fucking TF2, man. I also gotta charge my watch, so I'm gonna do that while the game launches. All right. Map MVM.
Get to an upgrade station and prepare for the next wave.
All right, and then TF underscore bot add 1.
Let us move.
If I do that,
Move.
you can see it runs the MVM thing, right?
Proceed.
So yeah, it runs NVM. I don't know why it's running PR NVM. Am I still readied up? Let me not. Oh, yeah. This script just fixes the... At the end of an MVM tour, sometimes when you get the loot, it'll be blank. If you just reload your HUD once you're in an MVM game, like at all during your session, for whatever reason, it'll fix that, make it not happen. So, this script, just what it does, when you ready up, that triggers the event to run, which runs the command. It first player ready toggles, so it'll unready you. Then it will open up this screen, and then reload your HUD. And then it'll de-alias itself. So it'll only run the first time, and then after that, it doesn't do anything. The only reason I do that, the only reason I'm like respawning is because I have a personal bind that F4 switches to my 4th slot. So yeah, we have successfully detected the MVM game mode. So we could pretty shrimply do stuff like CL what was the command? Find floating. We could pretty simply do stuff like 0 CL underscore auto read. Could do stuff like this and this. Oh. Now if I exec xhud and hope I don't crash. God fucking damn it, man. Fucking hate this game. It is quite inconvenient how unstable TF2 is. And it's like a recent update that made it that unstable. I don't know what its issue is. It might have been a recent master config update because I think they also updated something recently. I don't know. Oh. Did my computer crash again? No, I think it's just TF2 that crashed. Although it like turned my main monitor black, which I don't appreciate. It'll make developing a little difficult. Well, fuck me. Sometimes this will do this where like my main monitor gets overloaded and has to like restart. I don't know what I can do. I might have to like unplug my monitor. Plug it back. Oh, fuck me, dude. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll... Let's see if this fixes it. Hey, there we go. Cool. Just power cycled my monitor. That was rather convenient. I don't know, maybe I'll like underclock the FPS of my monitor. That might help. It hasn't done that in a long time though. But that is rather frustrating. Let's keep that playing.
Get to an upgrade station, quickly.
Now if I ready, it's floating over their head. Yahoo! And if I switch to sniper, It'll auto resume. And then I could also do things like I feel like I had a scope removal somewhere in here that I had disabled. Maybe not. Oh yeah, they changed how this worked. Huh. So it doesn't happen anymore. Interesting. Scope removal is still very possible.
Go, mates.
But it might take a little bit more creativity. I don't know. I'll probably look into it for this still, because I think removing it in man versus machine is fine. I see no qualms with that, and it just saves you from getting flash pinged when you have your reload speed max upgraded. Which I will show off right now. Did that upgrade the right gun? Yeah, if you... This is like awful. It's horrible quality of life, so removing the scope. In man versus machine against bots, I don't see an issue to it. So, yeah. But, that's not what we're doing right now. Now we have to clear this. We will I don't know. Connect to this. And then we'll keep an eye on console and see what it does. Try close. We'll go until I mess up. Which is now. Haha. Son of a bitch, man. What the fuck is this? Oh, that's so irritating. I just want to connect to a server, man. Alright, we can scroll through this and see what animation I use for Peach close. And Ptrex spawn is tied to that.
Shall we?
Hmm. Why is that doing that? The fuck?
After you.
What? Okay. Map. Let's clear first. Map item test. Alright, so we got Ptrex spawn, close, Ptrex spawn. So we got two Ptrex spawns, one after the other. And I think that's... I think that's unique to connecting to a server. And then... So we had Ptrex spawn 3? Wait, what? Please, TF2, Lord Gaben, have mercy on me. Sorry, I was adjusting. Alright. Right now we're trying to see what the order of animations run when connecting to a server is. So close, spawn. What the fuck, server? Let's see. Close spawn. Spawn, close spawn.
No.
Spawn, spawn, spawn. It's a lot of spawns.
Forward.
Spawn, close, spawn. Spawn, spawn, spawn. I'm thinking the close command can prep the spawn command, or can like act as the reset for it. I'm just gonna test if that would work with the other type of ready mode. God damn it.
we?
Spawn, spawn. Maybe I just tie it to the spawn. Because I'm thinking about valve comp right now, and I don't want to mess up valve comp. Spawn, close, spawn, maybe.
Hurry, get to an upgrade station.
Hmm. All right. Connect to another server and see what it does. God, fuck this server, man. Changes maps right when you connect to it. That's whack. Gross. It's like the least good thing to do.
No. Forward.
Ah.
Last one alive. Lock the door.
So it detected that it's PvP and then it like disabled itself. So that's cool. Then if I retry, it should detect that it's PvP again. PvP, right there. And then it's below the compact freed. If we die and then respawn, it won't detect that it's PvP because it's already done that. So the next thing is like, so that shows that we've connected to a new server. It only really needs to do that if we've connected to an NVM server.
Attention. 5 minutes left in the mission.
right? Or should we just do that by default? Hmm. I think I can do this smarter. Alias X underscore game type close to X underscore game type prime. Where the fuck is there waiting here? Weird. Alright, so what I've just added is that now if we connect to a server, it won't bother even running the PvP aliases because Spaceship servers. Configure your servers to be less ass, please. But as I was saying, it won't bother applying the PvP settings because they're already applied. And that is what we've seen. We die now, spawn, it'll say spawn, but it's not saying like the PvP stuff or anything. But if we map MVM, what a quality game. Alright. Alright, so back to showing what we're doing. Let me... What? Oh, that's quite odd.
Get to an upgrade station.
Alright. We only have, we close, spawn, 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 spawn. Hasn't bothered checking. We TF underscore bot add 1. We look at this guy. He has that. We go sniper. We shoot. We don't auto resume. And then if we ready up, you can see floating health. If we shoot, auto resume. And then if we connect to jump server so that it's not spaceship server with the shitty config. People are just gonna think I'm weird connecting and stuff. Then PvP detected. And then we die. And we just spawned. No PvP detected, nothing. If we connect to a different server, it'll still not show PvP detected, because why bother? We've already applied the PvP detected settings, we don't need to reapply it. I just have to download this surf map, which I'm not going to do. Let's just reconnect back to this. It detected it. Bummer. PvP detected. Why? Ah. And now it won't show that. But if we map NVM in crash, probably, yes. Son of a bitch. Anywho, that's now behaving as we'd like. I don't love just applying the setting. I'd like it to be persistent, but I can then add buttons that will, it'll probably exec a file that I can just log base to. Or I'm trying to think of how I want to lay this out. So I'd have a selection panel. I could either have like a PvP selection panel, and then a separate NVM selection panel with convars and like on off, or I could have like a game type customizations panel, and it's like option PvP on off, MVM on off. I don't know. Let's start laying this out. A very painful hole in my chest right now, like right here. From where I got a biopsy at the dermatologist. So yeah, I like rubbed my chest and I'm like, ah. Ooh, that hurt. So, yeah. All right, let's where do I want this? Probably below hit markers, I think. Next menu, game type. Let's see. 492 plus 112 plus 5, 609. Ooh, that's not what I'm supposed to do there. Floating health label, floating health. Casual off. That's not what I should call it. Floating health PvP. Are the HUD crosshairs centered? Yes, mostly. They use fonts, so they can be a little bit off, up and down. And so that's why there's the alignment. For some reason, they'll normally end up being a little bit too high. I don't know why exactly that is, but the alignment can adjust it so that you don't run into that issue. Yeah, it's like weird, not quite resolution dependency. I mean, I guess like technically you could use these to misalign them, but they're mostly there just to like correct the alignment. Let's get these set up and then close this bracket before I forget it and crash my game. I tried to be fairly thorough about considering the alignment of those sorts of things. Who would you say is the HUD guy? I think it depends on what category of HUD guy you're referring to. If you held a gun to my head and just said like, who's the HUD guy? I'd probably say Hypnotize. Honestly, I think Hypnotize has a fairly strong case either way, like in every regard. But if you were to say like, the technical HUD guy, I think Joffrey. If you were to say like the aesthetic HUD guy, probably Hypnotize. Although, well, I was gonna say Hypnotize tends to like specialize in minimalist HUDs, but he also does Hex HUD, which is, I wouldn't call it minimal. Wait. Okay, on, off, let's do... I think my claim to fame would be you all have your niche in HUD creation. I agree. I think my niche would be like applied technical HUDs. Like Joffrey is very good at finding technical HUD things and like will use them. but I tend to be more centered on like, how can this actually improve people's experience with HUDs? Quick Kennedy helps you a lot. I haven't seen them around in a while. Maybe I just haven't been looking particularly hard. Or maybe they're going by like a different alias on HUDs.tf. But I like Quick Kennedy stuff. I think they're in a similar niche to me, where they do some technical stuff, but they're more focused on like also making it genuinely aesthetic and usable. Do I want to do math here? What's a setting that already has 4 of these? Oh, the alignments, yes. What is the width of these? 43? They've helped you with some edits on their GitHub? Oh, do they have like documentation? That's pretty important. I've been meaning to do more with that, but I just haven't. What is the alignment font? Size 10? I'll go for that on these. You'll probably switch to my HUD. It looks like I put a lot of effort into it. I've been getting back into it recently. If you play a lot of Capture the Flag, I have not touched Capture the Flag like at all. It is something I plan to do soon. I just need to hop on with like a buddy sometime and get like a demo recorded that shows like dropping the flag, picking up the flag, and capturing the flag and various stuff like that, so that I don't have to just sit idle in a Capture the Flag server all day. I kind of like how this works. PvP on. I like that. Yeah, I could definitely have some friends help with it. It's just like, I just need to organize doing that, and I just haven't yet. That's crazy that I so consistently made the width of these. The A one is shorter, but the other ones have identical letters, even though I just held down a button. That's wild. Yeah, I don't... CTF isn't my favorite game mode by any measurement. but I know a lot of people really like it. And while I think they're goofy, I guess I should support it. I'm not very enthusiastic about supporting CTF, but I will get around to it. And then there's like the VScript game modes that I'm just like, no. Those aren't real. They will not hurt me. Do you think the customization menu is very popular? Like the one in More HUD? Yeah. I think the one in More HUD is very impressive. I don't think I really care to have that extensive of customization. That's why, like, you have these selection of colors and these selection of crosshairs. There's more available and you can set custom ones using the DIY button, but I'm not gonna have a huge selection panel. Like if you want ones other than these, you can just do customization the old-fashioned style, which I think is a reasonable balance of it. Not that I disagree with More HUD's methodology. I just don't want to personally maintain that in my HUD. God damn. I hate how I have my Sublime text editor set up currently. Like going back and forth between VS Studio and this is occasionally rough. I am pretty happy with customization menus in general. I think Linux presents more challenges to customization menus, but there's ways around it. I think More HUD's gotten around it with its own method. Was a lot different than what it is now. I don't think I've looked at the More HUD menu. I've seen screenshots of it from when Hypnotize posted it, but I have not looked too far into it. Should the Z and rezoom be capitalized? I don't think so. Although maybe. Yeah, More HUD's options menu. I think I understood what you meant. It's slick and clean. I'm glad you think so. My main consideration is making it not overwhelming. I think with More HUDs, you like open up a huge screen and it's kind of insane looking. Whereas this is a third of your screen. It takes up a large part of the stream screen, but you can open this and I think it's pretty quick to just like select what you want. There's not too many options, I think. They're kind of broken up, so it's not just a huge text wall. That's what I've been working on today, is detecting the difference between MVM and non-MVM. I kind of simplified and repurposed the game mode detection from PeachesTV. And so that's allowing me to do separate game mode customizations, which I think is pretty cool. It's something that I've wanted just personally for a while because I want different settings in man versus machine and like casual or competitive. And a lot of what drives my development is just kind of what I want, what I find useful. And then maybe extending it to things that other people would also find useful. You want floating health on an MVM, but off everywhere else. You kind of need it on an MVM. I don't think you need it on an MVM, but I do think it is very nice in MVM. Like, I've played with it off an MVM, and I don't feel like I'm at a disadvantage. I think if you're with a rougher performing team, then it is borderline needed. But with, like, most competent teams, you end up, it doesn't matter how much health the Giants have because they just die. You don't really struggle that often, but it is helpful. I'm excited to have it as an option now. Let's see if I accidentally pinned something to itself. I'm shocked that I did not. Cool. Are there any other options that are useful in MVM that should be optional in casual? I'm not sure. Alright, let's do the math on how to size this properly. So we have an inset of 4 plus each one is 14 tall plus 4 gap plus another 14 plus 4 on the other side. 40 is how big this should be. Let's see if I did the math correctly. Yeah. I don't know if this should be all the way at the bottom or what. I think this is the right place for it. I don't know. I'm still not certain if transparent view models should be above or below this section. I think it's fine. I think I might be overthinking this. I don't know about that capital Z. Let's try it without. Does streamer mode fully work in the HUD? It should. I think if you purposefully inspect someone's items, it might show. But ideally you don't do that. Like, it might show their custom item name, which, I don't know, might be an issue. I don't know. I don't know if I like the lowercase z or uppercase z more or less. I think uppercase z. Also, streamer mode gets toggled off every time you open XHUD. Mainly because I was afraid that people would come from other HUDs and just like have min mode enabled. I think I could handle it smarter though, but I'm not certain. I think it's okay. I haven't gotten any complaints about it yet. Then again, I don't know any streamers that have used streamer mode on this. I stream and I don't use it. You have option to remove that. It gets more complicated, and honestly I might have it disabled, I just haven't checked in a while. I need a new system to deal with this now, though. I'm trying to debate if I have it log based to its own file, it would allow for much more customization options. However, these are all the ones that I can think would be useful. And realistically, I bet I could probably have 10 options before I would want a separate customization file for these PvP versus MVM options. So I think I can just have it in one setting. Maybe? I don't know. Each of these are essentially 2 separate options. So this is a double option. So it would need to be something like echo. It would need to be something like alias auto resume underscore underscore PvP to CL underscore auto resume 1. Oh, fuck. Is that cut option new? What the hell? I don't think I've ever right-clicked on this before. If you want the most updated version of the HUD, that'll be on GitHub. Yeah, it would be on the GitHub under the development branch. Although I don't necessarily know how stable that will be. The release branch is probably a little outdated. No, it wouldn't be on the other sites currently. I mean, the most recent release version would be. But the most recent release version is probably a year older than the most recent development version. Just because I was waiting for the release version to finish this customization overhaul that I've done. Although I think I might just release this version fairly soon, but we shall see. Oh shit. Off, on, off. Okay. I don't think I have underscores in this. Ooh, how do I want to handle this? where it does a HUD quiz. That's pretty cool. I'll have to look that up. Let me make a note of it. Night HUD quiz. Hmm. Perfect. Hmm. alias x underscore auto resume PvP. What was I doing? Dump to echo auto resume PvP on. Alias x underscore auto resume PvP underscore right. I don't need to write that setting though, I don't think. Yeah, I don't need to do that. Cool, cool. Let's see. Let's test this now with some actual values. Auto resume PvP on. Auto resume PvP off. Auto resume MVM on. Auto resume MVM off. Exec exited. Oh. I will be ending the stream whenever I finish the floating health or at 6, whichever comes first, because I do need to eat. Oh. Auto resume VM off. Why is that not working? On this episode of Do I Crash? I wager yes.
Quickly find an upgrade station.
I didn't. PF underscore bots, add one.
Another successful procedure. Go, go, go!
Why did that not work? Loading health MVM, auto resume, MVM on. Oh, I mistyped it. Did I? MVM detected. Atwoo. Am I dyslexic? What the fuck is going on here? Ah. I hate that. Bummer. Bummer, 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 bummer. Hmm.
Now, head to an upgrade station.
Alright, no auto resume, and then if I look at him, if I look at him, Still doesn't work. Why is that? MVM detected. Unknown command.
Go, mates! Sorry.
Auto resume. MVM. Why is that? Auto resume MVM. Okay. Auto resume MVM.
That was doctor-assisted homicide.
Why is that not working?
Not a successful procedure.
I don't understand why that's not working. Okay.
That was doctor-assisted homicide.
the fuck? Oh my god. I fucking hate this configuration that I have right now. Copy. Okay, so then x underscore game type underscore MVM.
Another successful procedure. That was not medicine.
What?
Did that sting? Sorry. Oops, that was not medicine.
What? What? The fuck is going on here?
That was not medicine.
Why does that not work? Auto resume MVM on. There's an M in there that's not supposed to be there. Hmm? Why is what?
That was not med.
Auto resume MVM.
Another successful procedure.
I'm not seeing where that happens though. Rat bastard. Hopefully this works now. Oh, am I dumb? Yeah, I am. Alright, map, MVM.
Get to an upgrade station before they return.
TF underscore locked and 1.
Sorry. Get bloody going.
Okay, that's pretty good. Don't crash, please. This should have auto resume disabled because it's PvP. Let's go. Hell yeah. now we just need to basically do the same thing with floating health. Find floating. Really rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? need to add this up here. Shout out to me saying that I was gonna end the stream at 6. ADHD is a hell of a drug.
Now get to an upgrade station.
What the fuck is going on?
Let's go, mates.
Now we should expect floating health to be disabled, as I have said it, and auto resume to be disabled, as I have said it. Hopefully that is the case. PvP detected, disabled, disabled. It is, resume is disabled. Floating health is disabled. I've died. Let's make sure it doesn't pop up again. I should see the spawn, but I shouldn't see PvP detected. Hey, and that's exactly what happened. And now if I disconnect from this, map, MVM, and hooray, I don't get disconnected or get crashed. It's not looking too promising though. Holy shit. Alright, let me just logically reason through this. Yeah, that should be fine. That should run every single time. MVM Fixer automatically disables itself, so it only runs the first time. I could probably also set this to be a little bit smarter. Like if you do back-to-back MVMs, it doesn't technically need to reapply it. Although when you connect to a server, it'll detect PvP. And then it'll get overridden by the MVM. Okay, so. That's fine. Cool. Let's push it to GitHub. GitHub desktop. Oh, I need to close this. added game type customizations and fix unbox customizations and fixed unboxing. Added game type specific customizations that differentiate between PvP and MVM game types. Fixed broken unboxing loot animation that did not show. Yeah. Remove. Added demo bookmark hot key binding to menu. Cool. All right. That is live. So if anyone would like to play with those customizations and test them, I know I will personally be testing them. Feel free to do so. It'll be on the XHUD Development branch. XHUD. So if you go to XHUD and then you select development, you can download zip from here. That's by default. You'll land here if you go to github.com/papapeach/xhud. You'll land here, select that development. It's the latest version. It is stable-ish now. Bar the MVM, bar the game mode selection thing. So yeah, not the MVM selection, the game mode selection. If you click on competitive, you're gonna be like, this is busted. It is. So's competitive game mode. Well, it's been 7 months since I updated the release branch. Oh wait, how long has it been since I got? Oh, it has been 7 months. Damn, I'm a lazy motherfucker. Yeah, hopefully sometime in February the next release version of XHUD will come out and it'll return to the trending page of config HUDs. Later. I might be streaming later if I get wrong. We'll see. I don't know. Either way, next guaranteed